The fight's ready and we're good to go.
Rank 1 on EU ladder.
And
Well,
starting with Zoo already. Versus Ostkaka with Miracle Rogue, a Golden Miracle Rogue. I want to throw that out. This could get interesting again. That's like our... Well, the good matchup we saw already, I don't know, 4 times today. Zoo versus Miracle.
Yeah.
Miracle won most of the times.
But Miracle went second most of the time.
Yeah, so this time Kolento is going first. That could get interesting.
Second.
Yeah, second. I'm
Ostkaka
sorry.
is going
Yeah.
first, the rogue. Which makes it interesting. Abusive Sergeant is a 1-drop, not the best, but he will just coin out Amani Berserker, then probably follow up with Young Priestess Abusive Sergeant.
We'll get a nice draw for Ostkaka since he has Backstab and SI7 Agent can trigger that turn 3 although, so...
Or
yeah.
Backstab Shift just to get rid of the first one. Now.
Yeah, even the Amani Berserker, so that one could get killed with Backstab Shift or Backstab Weapon Up. But then you're gonna take 5 damage.
You don't want to take 5 damage. Not against the Zoo.
Yeah, but sometimes you have to take 5 damage. The main problem is if you go backstab... Yeah, he's just gonna go backstab as a 7 agent next turn, I bet. And where would you play as Kolento? Another Amani Berserker? Yeah, just drop your Amani Berserkers. If you think about war winning him away, oh, this is nice. We got... You could go SI7 agent and backstab, or he goes Selnus 3 damage backstab.
I think Selnus 3 damage backstab, even if he enrages with his
Other
Amani
minion?
Berserker, he can...
Well, that's a possible move, although.
Okay.
Just drop the Earthen Ring Force here. He's nice trade potential. That one is 3-3, and there is nothing Kolento can trade in. Well, he has to Direwolf Alpha, and Ronin is one of his minions.
Or plays it risky.
Oh, just go for the face, you mean?
Well, that's
No,
an
you-
option.
And this is gonna hurt so much. We're going to see... Oh, that was a really nice buff up. I want to say we're going to see backstab on the Direwolf Alpha. No, we ain't. The good thing is, okay, in this turn, you could go for Selnus 3 damage backstab, kill the Young Priestess. Since next turn
Shiv
you can,
SI.
yeah, you can go for Shiv SI. Even if he enrages, you can break a shield, kill it to 1, and SI7 agent the other one.
Yep.
So if we see Knife Juggler, whatever, you could just shift Knife Juggler, SI7 agent down the Amani Berserker, and then be extremely happy.
Exactly.
Yeah, that move I prefer. He could also go for just backstab SI7 agent still. No problem. Oh, Selnus. It just goes for the shift too. Shift, kill, and backstab away the Amani Berserker. So he doesn't want to drop out his minion. He can still go for Blade Flurry as a 7 agent actually, or just Conceal as a 7 agent. So there are several moves for him to do. Yeah, I guess Knife Juggler and drop your 2 Abusive Sergeants, buff the Young Priestess up to 6 and do 6 damage in total.
Yeah.
That feels like a good move. But then there's the value Blade Flurry. But he needs to hit the...
Oh,
wow, that was
you got
like...
it.
If he hadn't hit him, he would need to run the 6 damage into the... Wow. Good job. Getting Selnus was so crucial. Would you still consider Blade Flurrying? You kill 2 minions, and you could kill the Knife Juggler.
Yeah.
That's a rather easy decision, I would say. And what we have for Kolento as follow-up? Direwolf Alpha. Well, the Direwolf Alpha is rather cool, so you play him and you kill the SI7 agent.
It's okay, but he's out of hand cards.
Well, he's
perfect.
a Zulok. He doesn't care. Out of hand cards doesn't care. And those Elven Archers, they can be so annoying, especially against something like Balness, or if you have only 3 attack and you ping away the other minion. Sapping a Flame Imp is always funny. You sap it and he's like, no, 3 damage again. Darn you.
Yeah, and he doesn't want to lose his Azure Drake to it.
Oh, he could go Shiv on the Direwolf, eviscerate the Flame Imp, and weapon down the Direwolf. But before you do that, I would actually Shiv. I would Shift, see what I get. Hope for... Well, not for Leroy. Yeah, sap the other one, weapon up, kill.
Yep. That makes most sense.
Yeah, he needs to play it again, and then he's actually getting 3 more damage. And if he has a Doomguard, well, that's sad. He could play 1 minion, but the Doomguard was discard the other card. So I guess in total that was okay. Oh,
Wow.
yeah, speaking of the devil, there's a Doomguard. And even a golden one, that looks friggish nice. Down to 11 for Ostkaka. What can you do? Yeah, Azure Drake, and then preparation, eviscerate, and hope for another spell. Preparation first of all. Hope for Blade Flurry, so you can finish off with the eviscerate. No, not Blade Flurry. Phantom Knives. That would be perfect. You could exactly kill the Doomguard and kill the Flame Imp.
Or even a shift, so it wouldn't be that devastating.
Didn't he use 2 shifts already? He used 1 shift.
I know that he used 1. I'm
Yeah,
not
he used
certain.
1 against the Direwolf Alpha and 1 against the Direwolf Alpha again. The other Direwolf Alpha. So he used 2 shifts already. Now I would go for the preparation. And then, I was like that. While we're saying I would go for the preparation, I mean, the whole time I'm thinking that's an auctioneer. Down to 6.
Leroy Soulfire means GG.
That's like so many easy moves. Even Soulfire means GG.
Yeah.
You're like Leroy Soulfire means
No,
GG.
Leroy or Soulfire.
Now I'm with you. Well, that's no Leroy nor a Soulfire.
But a taunt.
Yeah, down to 3. So last turn I just saw the Azure Drake was that was brilliant. Was an auctioneer. Would you conceal it?
No.
That makes no sense.
He's not gonna trade.
He's on 3 HP. That's like Shattered Sun Cleric wins the game. 2 Direwolf Alphas are
Defender
out.
of Argus.
Yeah, Defender of Argus, Shattered Sun Cleric.
Or another Doomguard.
Or another Doomguard wins the game. So Zulok does it once again, wins the first game here for Kolento. There was a rather long Zulok game versus Kolento, and it's gonna be Warlock versus Warlock.
Zulok versus a Handlock.
Oh, Zulok versus Handlock. This could get either really fast for Kolento or really easy for Ostkaka as soon as this Molten Giant hits the board.
He has a nice hand. Like,
Especially
you
he
wanna
goes
have-
second again.
You want to have the Molten Giant and you want to go second. Wow.
Yeah, wow. That could get interesting.
Wow.
For Kolento, there's a Doomguard already, so that helps a lot. But Ostkaka, as we see, double Ancient Watcher, Mountain Giant, and the Twilight Drake, there's just missing something to taunt up.
Well, there's a lot of stuff to taunt up, but you don't have the Sunfury Defender.
Yeah, you have nothing to trigger the taunts. Okay, we had 6 damage for Kolento on the board, and the turn for Defender of Argus. Okay, Sunfury Protector. It's gonna be interesting. Oh, double Doomguard already. That's not so optimum.
No.
But there's 10 damage on the board. You actually need to go for Ancient Watcher, Coin... Hellfire. Yeah, now...
Hellfire.
Coin Hellfire. There's 10 damage. You take 3 damage yourself, or you take 10 damage. I guess 3 damage is the better thing to do.
Yeah, and next turn you can just throw down the Giant.
Yeah, he can... no, he cannot actually throw down the Giant. He needs to get damage for that.
Oh yeah, he just used the coin. God damn it.
Yeah, but he can go for the Twilight Drake, and then
Yeah.
next turn absolutely go for the Giant. So this might be really fast over for Kolento. I guess he will go for 9 damage here with the Doomguard. I expect it actually.
Yeah.
Well, or Argent Squire, Defender of Argus, but he would bring him down to 0. Oh, this is gonna hurt.
Oh god damn.
We're gonna see Ancient Watcher. Oh, that's annoying. You get the Faceless Manipulator. I guess we're going to see Ancient Watcher, maybe Earthen Ring Farseer, and taunt those 2 up.
Really? Well, he's gonna throw out a Molten Giant, Earthen Ring Farseer, and taunt up
Both.
the Twilight
Yeah.
and the Molten Giant.
Yeah. You could also throw out an Ancient Watcher instead of the Earthen Ring Farseer and taunt that one up.
Why?
Yeah, why he can still taunt those 2 up if he gets more taunt cards. But Kolento has so much damage in his hand, so There's a 5, so he can run in his 5/5, the 2/2, and then ping it away with the Elven Archer, for example. And like that, he could kill the. Well, that was a risky move. He could have kept the
was
Doom Guard.
risky.
So what can we do now? You can kill the Giant. Just run your 2 minions in and play the Elven Archer. Yeah. And go for the Dark Iron Dwarf. And you can already deal 7 damage to the Twilight Drake.
Well, he wants to use it now.
Yeah.
The 2/3, because you know there's this Hellfire or a Shadow Flame.
Well, Shadow Flame would be devastating. I don't expect to see another Hellfire. That would hurt yourself so much. What is Ostkaka going to do?
Well, he knows there's like both Doom Guards have been played.
Yeah, that's true.
Even with double Soulfire, he would survive.
Yeah, if there's not a Leroy or Argent commanders in Kolento's version, you do not need to fear to get charged down. Shadow Flame top deck. Oh, Siphon Soul, that's really important. I mean, how else would you have killed... Well, you could have traded and then ran in, for example. But it feels better if you actually Siphon Soul. So you can Siphon Soul and trade everything and not lose a minion.
Yeah.
This is like the important thing. You even keep your Taunter and that on 2 HP. How much damage you got? 4, 6, 9 next turn? Well, Kolento has a Shattered Sun Cleric and Abuse Sergeant. That's not really much. He could actually consider going for Faceless Manipulator on his Taunter. Just to get...
Just play the Giant.
Play the Giant? I would actually go for the Faceless Manipulator. Just be super safe.
Why? Play the Giant, trade your small ones, keep the Taunt alive.
And then win next turn. I agree with you. I'm just a weenie, you know that. Always trying to stay alive. Always super cautious.
Gotta be man mode sometimes.
Oh, there's the conceit. So that's a 1/1 for Ostkaka. That was a really nice drop down to 0. There is a Druid coming, and it seems to be a normal ramp. Haven't seen a White Cross by now, but I just think it's gonna be normal ramp with. Well, that's not a bad starting hand.
Well,
but
not the best either. You really
Absolutely.
want the Wild Growth, or at least a big Game Hunter, or
Innervate.
Innervate, maybe a Black Knight.
For Ostkaka, there's a Mountain Giant, so he's rather happy. 1 Giant already enough with a Taunter, so that's good.
Even though he's going first, so
Oh, Twilight Drake.
that's good.
Well, he's going first, but that means he just drops turn 4 the Mountain Giant or the Twilight Drake. Oh, Big Game Hunter. That was a really important draw for Kolento,
Yeah.
getting the Big Game Hunter. And for Ostkaka, do we have even more stuff? So Coin Out Yeti will be the next play, I expect. And, well, for Ostkaka, just life tab. Oh, the second Mountain Giant. This is madness. He's just gonna...
He's just gonna throw Giants at him.
Yeah, he needs 2 Big Game Hunters to make up to this.
Most Druids are not running 2 big Game
No,
Hunters.
that's not
Definitely
common.
not in the meter.
We saw it in week 4 when so many handlocks and we had Druids
Yeah.
with big minions. But now in this meta, and even an Ironbeak Owl for his Ancient Watcher, even like in this meta where no one plays so many big more minions, there's only 1 Big Game Hunter. Double Force of Nature already. Wow. Could get interesting. I don't know. I think Ostkaka's hand is slightly better. Since he got really everything.
Do you think he's gonna take the risk throwing out a second mountain?
If he throws out a second
Yeah, he
mountain,
does.
he will Soulfire away the 4/2.
Yeah.
That's what he needs to do. But what is going to drop from his hand? The Defender of Argus is okay.
Could be worse. He has another one in his hand.
He has the Molten Giant, and that's way more important. The question is Kolento going to clear this? You could just play the Zodrake and be happy. There's no dire need for him to actually kill the Giant.
Yeah.
You can take 8 damage 1 time. Doesn't matter.
Thing is, I would just be afraid of Molten Giants now, or Faceless. Yeah, that's why you traded.
I agree. If he Faceless is there, and well, he couldn't taunt him up though. We might see Earthen Ring Farseer twice. He heals him once, attacks, and then he heals him again. That would actually be devastating for Kolento.
That's a great play.
A trade and heal again. So he keeps his... Not only he keeps his 8/6, there are 2 3/3s on the board.
Yeah, they're swipe proof and Force of Nature proof.
Yeah. He needs to swipe Wrath, actually. Or play his 1 Force of Nature.
Play 1 Force of Nature.
Yeah, swipe Wrath feels so wasty. I think 1 Force of Nature is okay. He needs to survive only for several more turns and then everything's okay. He got Force of Nature Roar just waiting to pop and he has a swipe if he's not using it early on.
Yeah.
And for Ostkaka we see the next minion will be a Twilight Drake, so yeah, Force of Nature. He could also just Cairn.
Well, that would be risky because then stuff will get taunted. Okay, keeps the Force.
What's okay though, if he plays Force of Nature next turn, he can just trade with the 2 3/2s. If there ain't the Defender of Argus coming, that would be actually devastating. Okay, Twilight Drake.
Okay, Force of Nature Ink.
Yeah, Force of Nature.
Drop him down to 14, so if he doesn't, well, he will play a taunt, no matter what. But
Yeah,
if
but
he wouldn't,
Isn't 14 too risky? We're going to see a Force of Nature. I expect that one. Yeah, but bringing him down to 14, he just needs... He doesn't even need to life tap. It's 8 mana. He can play Molten Giant and taunt it up.
yeah, it's too risky, I guess. It is too risky. He has to run it into the Twilight Drake.
Yeah, if he plays it, maybe just Cairn, but I just stick to the Force of Nature, clear the board, and don't drop him to 14. Yeah, just drop the Drake. It's okay.
You can, like...
Double Molten Giant. Maybe just drop one. He's on 16. It's turn 8. Just drop your Molten Giant and your Ancient Watcher, and then next turn go crazy, go wild.
I would throw it to the right side. Yeah.
Well, it doesn't matter, I think. The only... Well, if he has a silence, he silences your Drake, and that's gone. 12 damage on the board with a power overwhelming 16 damage. And already next turn
With the
faces
silence,
Manipulator.
even more.
Yeah.
The silence 16, 20 damage.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot the Iron Beagle.
Then it's lethal. Because you have Defender.
Yeah, if he plays the Iron Beagle next turn, it's lethal. That's 12, 16, 18, 22.
Oh, that's game.
Yeah, that's game. It looks like Ostkaka is going to win here. So vVv might win this 3-1 against DogeHouse. That would be a really nice
And
comeback.
you wouldn't expect to die, like, dying to this right now. Like, at least I wouldn't expect it.
So let's count again. You play your Argus. That's 14.
What? He doesn't see it.
Well, doesn't matter, does it?
Not really.
You got 299 taunters on the board, 5/7 taunter. So even with that, Keeper of the Grove, and even with Force of Nature Roar. So Force of Nature Roar, you're able to kill 1 giant. You're able to kill 1 giant.
That's so hard.
And 1 Twilight Drake. And then you're dead. Super hard.
You wouldn't even be able to clear a giant. Wait, 1 giant and yeah, you would.
Yeah, 1 giant and the Drake, that's possible. Like 6 damage with his Cairn, 4 damage with with his thing. He could kill the second giant too if he attacks with the face, but that's what he doesn't want to do.
That would hurt. Oh,
If he goes for silent swipe, he cannot even kill 1 giant and concede. Yeah, that was nothing he could do, I have to admit. He played this correct.
Yeah, he didn't do any mistakes, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah, what you're going to do, that was just a really nice draw. That's the one handlock draw you want to have. Mountain Giant, Twilight Drake, Molten, GG. So, really well played by Ostkaka. That was a nice game. Kolento lost, sadly, but he was here and he tried. And that Duloc game, though, first one, that was around, how many minions did we have? That